a home is more than just a lifestyle issue. It can be a way to build wealth through equity, but a growing number of Canadians struggling to keep up with their debt payment. What are your options to break free? Joining us to discuss this is Peter Sashecki from Everything Financial. Good morning, Peter. Good to see you.
Good morning, Carrie.
Rocking the Jays
nice
colors. You're a big fan, obviously.
I am a big fan, you bet.
Okay, you and a lot of people. Okay, so let's talk more about this issue. So from credit cards to overdrafts, it appears that the number of people struggling to cope with their growing debts is growing. But for those who have built equity in their homes and have a low mortgage rate, what options do they have to break free from those debts?
Well, the best option really, and unfortunately people aren't being given this information, is to get a home equity line of credit. And unfortunately people, and this came in from a viewer who wrote us, they were told they had to break the mortgage, and their mortgage was just under 2% with a little over a year to go. And that's not the case, Carrie. You can actually find many lenders who will tack on a home equity line of credit over and above your existing mortgage. So you don't break your mortgage terms. You get a secured home equity line of credit. And secured means it's secured against your house in what's called a backup or a second position. So you get the good low rate on the home equity line of credit, the prime or the prime plus a quarter, or at worst case, prime plus a half. You don't get the prime plus 4% or something like that. So people, that is a very viable option, and use that to pay down debt.
Okay, so is it often a cheaper alternative then?
Oh, it's way cheaper alternative, say, than sticking with a 20% credit card debt or cashing in investments maybe that are earning right now. They should be. They're earning money at a much higher rate than that low interest mortgage, or even a higher rate than a home equity line of credit. So you don't cash in debt and maybe have tax consequences, or cash in certain investments and have tax consequences. The home equity line of credit is definitely one of the best ways to go.
Okay, so for someone with about a 20% credit card interest rate, what is your take on cashing out an RRSP as a way of taking care of that?
That's a huge mistake, because one, it affects your retirement, Carrie, but also cashing in that RRSP, it might put you into a 30 or a 40 or a 42% tax bracket. So you'd be cashing in something and losing 40% to pay off something at 20%. The math just doesn't make any sense. You'd be better off, say, if you've got that low mortgage, you'd be better off lowering your payments on the mortgage as low as you can get them, taking the savings that gives you every month if your cash flow is limited, and put that savings now towards paying off that credit card debt. Might take you a little longer, or take growth on your TFSA. If it's growing, well, you could easily cash in your TFSA, or take growth on an investment like that and put that against the debt. It may take you a year to pay it off, but your net cost and the amount of savings in your investments, in your taxes, etc., you'll be far better off in the long run. Sometimes paying off or cashing in the RRSP is the emotional quick response. It's definitely not financially the correct response.
And that's the thing that you always tell us, is not to make the emotional decisions when it comes to your financial decisions. It's hard to keep the emotion out of it, but it certainly does pay off in the end.
Yeah. Keep the emotion out of the financial decisions. Save the emotion for a Vladdy or a Springer home run on Friday night.
Yes. All right. Fingers crossed. Peter Sashecki with Everything Financial, big Blue Jays fan. Thanks for joining us this morning, Peter. Go Jays, go.
Thanks, Carrie. Have a great day.
You too.